Hi guys. Happy Thursday. My music's really loud. Hi guys. Is everything set up here? Let me see. Oh my gosh, acid dropping props already. And random guy, I didn't miss. I saw yours at the start there too. You guys. A rose for Tay. We've got waves. We've got just flooding me with props already. You guys, I haven't done anything yet. I don't deserve the praise yet. How are you, everybody? I feel like it's been a long time. We've got a couple special people in the audience today. Well, Joe Kaiser. She lives. Rosie's painting along with us today. Look at, here we go, right as I said it. Hey, Tay from Rosie. We've got our little 6-year-old protege in the crowd today, you guys. I'm excited to see how it turns out. We always love seeing Rosie's paintings. A unicorn farter gives his blessings. Joe, thanks. A Putin uni. Oh my gosh, you guys. Always the best. Okay, here, I was mildly unprepared, which isn't new, am I right? Let me just get my little Yoshis in here, because you guys need to see what we're painting. Here he is. Come along, little guy. He's a little large, but that's what we're doing. Let's just shrink him a little in the corner. How's that? It's pretty cute. I feel like I have to say, I don't own Yoshi. Nintendo does. Don't come after me, Nintendo. I know it's yours. Hello, Dresden. Good evening. As I drink coffee. There's one other image that I made for you guys. Let's see. This new setup, I don't have as much space on the side. Okay, so this new picture is, it's gonna look funny, but you guys know I like to share with you the shapes, right? Let's do that for now, maybe. How about that? Look at those easy shapes, am I right? What am I looking for here? Ashley needs to see how Drake turned out. He's not finished yet. Also, hi. Can you guys see him if I drop it? Oh, he's peeking. He's right there. He's not fully done yet. He's just about done. Don't worry, you know I'll post it on my Instagram once it is finito. Let me just inch this little baby over for now. Okay. Green Dinosaur, Tiny Italian Friend, Adventure Card, super. Okay, before we get to the nitty-gritty, because Justin said that, I have to. Why won't you just be perfect? Okay. Oh no, where is it? So you guys know how Justin always, just so that I don't get copyright in trouble, Justin always makes new names for these characters that we do. And one of them is Baby Yoda, right? A lot of you that are here today, oh, hello. A lot of you that were here today painted Baby Yoda with us. Let me see if I can just grab it quick. And Justin loves to call Baby Yoda Tiny Green Adolescent Sweater Alien from Space Battles. So me and Kenzie, oh, maybe I should put it in this one. Me and Kenzie made this pen. Tiny Green Adolescent Sweater Alien from Space Battles. The little Baby Yoda. And we sent him. I have one, Justin has one, and Kenzie has one. Can't get me on that, Disney. Am I right? Anyway. Yoshi, Muscle Hammer's down for the Yoshi. Hello. Also, hi, and thank you for the fireworks. Thanks for the hat. Muscle Hamster, I did it. I just found out who you are. I didn't realize that I knew who. The Muscle Hamster just blinded me from your real name. Hello, welcome back to the studio. We are painting Yoshi today, you guys. A little Yoshi. He was actually requested more than once. I know that the gal that requested him the other day probably isn't here right now. Yoshi! I know it's Yoshi, but it just felt right. The girl who requested him, I'm pretty sure she's going to be watching the recording, so let's say hey out to her, thank her, because I was in the middle of looking for the perfect painting, and she DM'd me at the perfect time, and she found the photo for us. So, thank you. These are the shapes in the top corner. It looks crazy, but it's going to be easy. Like I always say, it's going to be easy. Let's go over a couple things, and then we're just going to get into it. Not too much gabbing today. We're going to paint a cutie Yoshi. We're going to do it quick. So, if you have not been here before and you didn't see the start, our main rule here is trust the process, okay? Because it is gonna, your Yoshi's gonna look like look at this picture up here. Like, what is that? Huh? Like, that's weird. And you're gonna be like, mine doesn't look right, or mine doesn't look like everyone else, or whatever. And you're gonna have to just get over that little jump, because everyone's Yoshis are gonna be cutie and personal at the end. And you have to trust that it's gonna turn out, because it's gonna look weird, and we're all just we're in this together, okay? It's supposed to be fun, not stressful. We are starting with, I always teach with a small paintbrush and watered down paint, but a lot of people are more comfortable with a pencil. And that's fine. If you want to start with a pencil, go for it. I ain't judging. Like I said, a lot of people prefer it that way. They're not as comfortable with a paintbrush. That is fine. So if you want to grab a pencil, now is your time to shine. And who am I saying here? Is he eating toad or a toad-shaped cookie? Oh. Right, are all mushrooms? I just pictured it like a mushroom. I don't think they had faces back in the day, but I think the new ones do have faces. I think you're right. Baluki? Baluki? Baluki. I'll just butcher everybody's names today. So, like I was saying, pencil, that's cool. We're starting with these rough shapes at the top. If you have any questions, never be scared to ask me. I am not a trained art teacher, so I might teach something wrong or weird or fast or annoyingly. And I don't know if I am unless you guys tell me. Okay? So, holler at your girl if I go too fast, because that happens a lot. And you might help people who, one, maybe don't have a caffeine account, even though you guys should, so that you can comment, but some people don't. That's their choice. Or how about YouTube people that'll be watching this recording later, and maybe they'll have a question that you have now, and that will just help everybody in the long run. Peanut Gallery has arrived. Thank you, Svengali. That's also another thing. We have the Peanut Gallery. I don't want people who aren't painting to feel like they can't hang out with us in the studio the whole time, because you can, okay? We enjoy you. Mostly I enjoy you, because I get very socially awkward if people don't talk to me while we continue, because I don't know what to talk about. So, all y'all are welcome in Taytay's studio for the evening. What else, guys? Is that like basically it? That's really, there's not many rules here. You have to have fun, okay? There's no mistakes, just happy accidents. Trademark Bob Ross. That's not my quote. And I think that's it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I didn't get much sleep last night. I had an appointment early in the morning, and I got home and had a little nap, and now I'm here. So if I'm loopier than I usually am, it's probably right, okay? So you can point that out too. Justin says same, so we're in this together. Okay. All right, everybody, if you're using a pencil, you grab a pencil. If you are using paint like me, you are going to grab green, whatever type of green. I don't have perfect Yoshi green. We're just going for it. If you feel like what am I using? I'm using light green. Oh, here's the camera. Light green permanent, and it's never going to, oh, there we go. Whip, whip. There it is. I'm going to get used to this camera business. If you find your green is too dark, maybe add some yellow to it and some white to bring it up a little bit. Or you can do whatever color Yoshi you want. Like, Justin always chooses the black Yoshi when he plays Mario Kart. It's like, I know a friend, like, there's a blue Yoshi, there's a pink Yoshi. Like, you do you, boo-boo. Okay. It's acid made me work too hard today. Rude. Offended. Black Yoshi for life. It fits in Justin's aesthetic to have the black Yoshi, so. Okay, you guys. Justin loves Yoshi. Yeah, maybe I should send it to Justin. He's all talking about new art for his home. Like, pff, this Yoshi is gonna go on Justin's wall. Okay? And Hunger Games is here right as we're about to start Yoshi. Perfect timing, sir. Okay, people with paint. Take a breath, because we're gonna have fun. It's not stressful. You are gonna, with a little paintbrush, see my nice little the smaller paintbrush you got. Dip your paint. Oh, you guys can't see the water now. That's a problem. So what I'm doing, let's see. This is my water jar, and I'm scooping water with my paintbrush and like dripping it onto my palette. Hunger Games, they are gonna look amazing. I'm really excited to see them all. Okay, and you are going to spin your paint into that water that you grabbed from your bucket. I'm just going to call it a bucket. And you're going to mix it around until you make a chocolate milky consistency. It's way more water than paint. There's not much paint in there. Again, if you've been to all my paint nights, you're going to be like, I know, Taylor. But I think there's some newbies in here today. So you are making this watered down consistency because we are just roughly laying out shapes of where we want everything to go before we start laying down hard lines. So with this watered down paint, it's going to dry very translucent, very light, so that we can paint colors over top of it. We don't want to be able to feel like once the paint dries, if you wipe your hand over it, you don't want to be able to feel a bump or feel texture. Like, that's way too much paint. This is just rough, light, easy. You can mess up. It's okay. And even though it's not drawn on my little picture over here, I know I'm a jerk, but I thought of this halfway through me talking to you guys right now. The best way to start our Yoshi is acknowledge the whole canvas. Where is he gonna go, right? Make sure that you're gonna use the whole thing and not just be scared to use it all and paint a little Yoshi in the corner. And you're gonna go where you want the top of his head to go. So think of his eyes, right? The top of his eyes. I think that's where I want the top of his head to go. I'm going to try to be, in the middle, but that probably wasn't the middle. Right? We're going to put a little dot in the middle. And then we're just going to draw a line straight down. Again, remember, it's light. If you're using a pencil, draw really lightly. And this line is going to go all the way down to where you want the bottom of his feet to go. Brave not using a pencil first. It's intimidating at first, but after a while, it's great. Because then it's just so fun and like loose, and you can like find much shapes, and you don't have to worry about graphite, and it's the watery consistency that makes it not so permanent, so not as like, you know, like intimidating. Yeah, the water is our friend here. I'm going to make mine a little dark just so that you guys can see it, but again, yours can be like way lighter than this if you want, because it's just for you to map out where everything's going, okay? So I'm gonna keep shoving it down your throats. Don't forget, water is your friend. You've been here before. Water's your friend, you guys. And I'll say it once, I'll say it again, okay? Okay. So we've got that line. That's our Yoshi. That's gonna help us acknowledge our space and not make him too big. It's easy to do that. I do it all the time. And so we've got that first top line, where we know where the top of his head's gonna go. So our first shape is gonna be this little bean that's gonna be his eyeball, okay? Bean. And this is like look at his head down here, right? Oh wait, where's my hand? Look at his head right here. There's two eyeballs. We're painting the left eyeball on the left side of the line, and then his right eyeball is going to go on this side. Like, realistically, half of this is going to be filled by his big schnoz, but We're just mapping stuff out. It's super watery. It's the first bean of the night. Exactly. I love it. I love all you regulars. You're just getting it. I love it. Okay. Bean number 1. Are we ready for bean number 2? Oh, Cinderella. Hello. All of you straggling in here at the end. I didn't see you there. Are we painting today? Oops. This isn't supposed to be. It's the same height. We've got another bean. It's just a little bit bigger because realistically this bean is closer to us than the other bean. So things that are closer to us are bigger than far away, right? A crown for Queen Tay. That's a big one. Random guy. Thank you. Just spoiling me as usual, you sweet, sweet angels. Sweet, sweet angels. Okay, right, so we've got these eyes. It can even overlap a little bit if you want to, but we can fix that later if we need. Like, see what I mean by it's not permanent? Like, I can go in there a couple times until I make the perfect shape. It's very hard first one-off to just do a perfect circle or do the exact size that you need. So it's okay if you need to, like, use that motion to use that hand motion until you get the perfect shape you're looking for. If that makes sense. So these aren't permanent. That's the biggest thing. This isn't permanent. People feel like you put a brush stroke down and it's there forever, but it ain't. It's fine. Am I in Kings versus Queens? Is that the Saturday thing? And by my answer, does that answer my question? Your question? Okay. So we've got his eyeballs. So now we're gonna do his like cheek. Oh wait, I'm backwards. His little chubby cheek here. So like this is the big green shape. Like we're gonna draw his eyeballs inside there, but not right now. We're not worried about that at the moment. We are gonna make his big cheek, okay? Just kidding. We're gonna make his big nose first, okay? Cinderella with the rubber ducky. Thank you. You guys are just sending me so much love today. I've only been here for 20 minutes. You're crazy. Okay, so we are doing this big schnoz of his, okay? And the best way to do it is see how where this crease is in between these two faces. So that's where the circle is gonna go, okay? And it's gonna be as big as you want it to be, but let's say, is this too big? Nah. See what I mean by, look, I did the circle a couple times because it's not exactly the shape that I want it to be, so I'm gonna do a couple loop-de-loops until I get the size and the shape that I want. Oops, my paintbrush is not working. The little rubber ducky's as close to Yoshi as it gets, 100%, but it's still cute. Anything cute is Yoshi-esque. So see, remember where that line goes? I'm not crossing really over this one. I'm crossing over the back bean. Yep. Come along. No. Okay. Now we can do his cheek one. I just felt that maybe doing the big circle was easier to map out first, and then we can do his little circle. I might have done his nose a little big, but it's fine. So now when it comes to his bottom cheek, we are gonna overlap again, but the overlapping helps us map stuff out. So we're gonna come down here a little bit and just do a little cheek circle. Why is my brush not? Oops. Just acknowledge where all these little overlap points are. And always look at what we're drawing down here too, right? Like it's always important to look at what we're drawing as you translate it onto the canvas. It helps you map stuff out. Like you'll see, especially now that you guys are looking straight at me instead of from behind, like you'll see how often my eye will go back and forth from what, like the reference photo to the picture. And I'm always just like mapping out like, oh, is his nose far enough away? Is this cheek close enough? Like, that's kind of what I'm always doing when I'm looking back and forth to try to get it as accurate as you can. Hello, Daryl. Thanks for the wave. Looks like balloons. It does. I always love seeing that they're like, they look like other things as we go. Okay. There's his little cheeky, there's his nose. We'll figure that spot out. Okay. Ooh, Cinderella's using neon green at home. Heck yeah. Okay, I just saw a little notification on there. I think Rosie's painting 2 at a time? Is that what I see? That's impressive, girl. Oh my gosh, it's already so cute. Okay, sorry you guys can't see yet. I'll share with you soon. Wow, that's cute. Okay. So, we've got a bunch of beans and circles. Easy. Now we're going to make his little belly. And we're going to come just a little bit down. Because look, if you look at the bottom, he's got a little bit of a lip. But we don't have to paint that yet. So we're going to come whatever, ½ an inch down. And let's give him a little belly. Already adorable. The chubbier the better, if you ask me. Rosie, then when I'm waiting I can work on the other one. Multitasking, girl. Look at you go. And Drizzy has made it. I've missed you, been working hard. We missed you too. Glad to see you in here for a little bit. You can relax while we painted a little Yoshi. Thick green Japanese game dinosaur green. Yeah. Okay, we've got a little cutie pregnant belly on our little Yoshi. Realistically, we could have done a full circle. I know I'm like going against the shape I made up at the top for you guys, just like a jerk. But this I think makes more sense as we're going along. Okay, he's got a belly. He doesn't really have a neck though. We're gonna balance it out a little bit on the side here. Don't y'all worry. Once you've got that belly, this line is the line where it's in between his two legs. So if that's one line, we're gonna bring in a little chunk right there for his back leg. Boop. And it's gonna just come up to that one. Right? Drizzy, so bringing positive. I said positive vibes to the students today. Drizzy wishing everyone well. Everyone now, everyone in the future at YouTube as well, right? I'm just biased to the lives, you guys. I'm sorry. We just have so much fun together, so we just want everyone to be here live with us. Am I right? And Ilum's made it with a wave. Thank you, both of Ilum and Acid. Sweet angels. Okay. Yoshi's coming together, if you ask me. You drew me into lives from the YouTube world. See, look, hey, Caffeine, do you hear that? My posting it on YouTube, she found me from there and has come to the lives. Who'da thunk it? I literally only thought people from Instagram were seeing my YouTubes. Like, what can you... I have no idea. Okay. We've got a belly. We've got a little leg. It's probably... I've kind of made it a little long, maybe, but whatever. Well, that's not a big deal. What we need to do now is his leg that's close to us, and it's a bean. back to bean science. Illa made it just in time for the third bean. Let's just go bean. Bean science. So we've got a bean in there. That's a leg. Realistically, it might angle a little bit, but not the end of the world. It isn't science until you have at least 3 or more beans. 2 beans? No. That's just normal drawing. 3 or more? Science. Okay. We've got a leg. I know, here I go again, and I just drew it pretty close to the bottom because that line was supposed to be the bottom of his foot, but this is the beauty of painting, right? No mistakes, right? Just happy accidents. Okay, so from this little pregnant belly, we're gonna imagine, if this is helpful for you to actually paint it physically, if you can imagine following this shape and picking it up over here, then go for it. Whatever's easiest for you. Oh, it's happening, you guys. I've made Yoshi chubby. We're making a little thick chubby Yoshi like I always do. All the characters we make are just chunky little guys. Oh, Tender Bear! A Yoshiful Thursday night! I love it. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior, the bean grid? Oh my god. You guys kill me with your grids over there. Okay. So we've got a chunky little Yoshi coming, and that's beautiful, right? So we're going to come underneath that cheek, and we're just going to do a half circle, like a moon, I guess, to just match up to that little point and make his little tail. Look at that. Now we've got a little Yoshi point at the end there. How's that? He's got the same butt. Yeah, so Cinderella wasn't wrong. That little cutie butt there is the closest to Yoshi we gonna get. Okay. So we've got that. Beautiful. Now we're going to do some more beans to draw some hands. And then it's time to start painting, basically. The only reason I'm hesitant to draw out the shoes in green is just green and orange just don't. That's just not a good mix. So we're going to wait to do those little shoesies. Once we get some orange on our palette, we're okay with the green for now. Everything else we're gonna match up, right? Okay, that's gonna go. We're good. We're in a good place. Okay, we're a good time. It's a good day. Okay, let's get a bean going to make some arms. So, if you, again, make sure you're always looking at the reference photo that we are looking at, and acknowledge we're gonna start painting his like upper arm here. He's like, oh wait, which way is he facing? Yeah, this way. This way? Why is my brain? Yeah, so this arm. This arm of his is the one that we're drawing right now. And we are going to start by making a bean go off his body. Because again, if you look at the picture, his shoulder or his elbow is going outside of the shape that we painted. Alright? The art of DHT. Hello. How are you? Welcome to the studio. We're painting Yoshi. Realistically, I guess we're done the little outlines at the top, but that's okay. Okay. We've got a bean for the back arm. And to bring the forearm up, we're going to come overlap on this bean. We're not going to go over it. Like, this is his elbow that we've made already. So we're going to draw another bean right there. You're good? Great to hear. How's that? Remember, we're going to paint over a bunch of this stuff, so it's really okay that there's these weird lines and overlaps in there, right? Yeah. And then, hands are not fun, you guys. Remember, I'm not trying to lead anyone astray. Hands are difficult no matter what. These are little cartoon hands, so we're just going to ad-lib a little bit. We are going to come, like, if we imagine that this is his wrist, we're just going to draw a line up. And we're literally just going to make a square. Okay? We'll make some fingers in there later. But that will be his hand. The Art of DHT, you're going to come here instead of Twitch. Well, that's the best honor you could ever say to us here at Caffeine. Welcome. We like it here. Caffeine's a happy place. Okay. And then let's get one other hand back there. But guess what? It's just going to be another rectangle. Easy peasy. Because if you don't want to paint the mushroom, you don't have to paint the mushroom. Whatever works. Whatever works. I'm going to paint this tomorrow night. Love Yoshi, says Mystified. Purr! Yes! You better send me your Yoshi after. And the RDC, Twitch is nothing more than Picardo and fancy graphics. Hey. There's talented people over here on Caffeine. Right? Guys, right? That's all. Everything I hear about Twitch is just like dangerous and scary and... Not dangerous. Dangerous isn't the right word. Scary and mean. And overwhelming. And Caffeine's just like welcoming and cool and chill. S'more spoiling for Tay. Dresden. Thank you for the spoil. And I did see your dem. I didn't answer it, but I saw it. And yes, I am making prints of that. So don't you worry. That works perfect. See you. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, guys, do we have all the green of our Yoshi? I think we do. Just about. Yeah, no problem, Justin. Literally no problem. I don't know when it'll be done, but it's coming. Okay, we've got a Yoshi coming. Like Justin was saying, like, do a Justin and put them in his pockets or behind his... I do that too. Like, when hands are just hard, I like to not paint them. I hide them. Try to zoom in so the hands aren't there. Or, like Justin said, put them in the pockets or just, like, not necessary. But we're doing it, okay? So before we start coloring some stuff in, we still are using this chocolate milky consistency or your pencils. Sometimes you might be penciling still. We're just going to clean up some of his shapes, okay? So we're coming up to his eye here. And we are going to draw his eyelid. So we're basically just going to come to the top and cap off that shape. Does that make sense? Same on this side. We're going to go a little bit higher than where the other eyelid ended. And let's just bring that on down. Oops. Bring that on down there. Whoop, whoop. Rosie, very dependent. It sounds like probably if your line... When you mean clear, do you mean like a solid line or do you mean like more translucent? Kind of souping in the eye. Depends. Maybe are you using... Let me check. If you are using those little canvas boards instead of a canvas, let's see. Let me see on there. Oh, those are canvases. If it's souping, then you probably pause. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If it's a regular canvas, then it's too much water, for sure. If it gets soupy, too much water, you can dab it with a paper towel or with your little rag that you're using, or wait for it to dry. Completely up to you. But yeah, if you get the soupy, it would be too much water. Alrighty. We've got that there. And we're going to come up to this oval we've got going, his little eyeballs. If we're ready. Sorry, I just jumped right back into it there. Ilum's ready for the up drips already. Man. Quick. Quick to the jump. We haven't even got the Yoshi down yet. So we're going to come about halfway up into this little eyeball here. And we are going to bring the shape down to match with that circle. See, now he has the more of the shape of the head that we're seeing in the bottom down there. Yoshi! And his little lip is literally like right underneath here. Oop. How's that? Oh, I'm out of the frame. Little, oh, that just swore. Little chunky Yoshi coming in hot. Fixed! Perfect, Rosie. Perfect. Svengali's asking, what's my favorite Mario character? Well, we can open that to the crowd, too, what everyone's favorite is. I was always a Yoshi gal, too. I would... Toad or Yoshi. Justin's is Black Yoshi, but that's New Age. There's no Black Yoshi back in the day. Back in the day, Yoshi, you couldn't even pick Yoshi. You could just ride him as Mario. Cinderella's got Princess Peach. I'm a Toad or a Yoshi. I'm in the middle. Toad just is so cute. So cute. Okay. We've got that. Here's his nose. There's that. There's going to be a hand there. There's going to be a hand there. We've got a leg there. I think we're good with our green for now. Mine's Mario, Rosie said in an Italian accent. So she said, mine's a Mario. Hey, that's the true... Oh my gosh, I just spilled water everywhere. That's the true OG, the true original. It's Mario himself. Alright, I'm just getting a little bit of orange. I lied to you. Let's get red. Let's get a little bit of red onto your palette. Poor Luigi is always last to be picked. I know, but he jumps so high. I don't know. Realistically, he might be better than Mario. He jumps quite high. Isn't he like faster, kind of? Anyway, okay. That was a good question. Sengali, what about you? What's your favorite Mario character? Okay, I'm still using my little small brushy here. And I have red on my palette, okay? And we are still mapping stuff out. It's not as stressful to be this like watered down consistency as bad because they're pretty straightforward shapes. But again, it's best to use, if you're like a little nervous about laying some stuff down, it is best to use, oh, I'm kicking the camera, sorry. It is best to use a watered down paint first. Sangali says, shy guy, like you. Oh, I love that. It's like you. Shy Guy, oh, I like Shy Guy too. I forgot about Shy Guy. And the little like Koopa Troopas, they're super cute too. Ghosts, I guess you could be Ghost too. Ghosts are cute. Aw, Shy Guy. Now maybe we should paint a Shy Guy one day. Okay, what are we doing? We're just gonna map out some of these little red spikies on the back of his head. They're just rounded triangles, really. Boop. Ah, he looks like a cute little dinosaur. He does. I think he is, really. Wait, is he? As we see Rosie's head turning in there, I think he is, in a sense, right? Okay, let's get another little red spiky on the back. And look, we're all realizing he's a dinosaur right now. Look, Rosie, we all didn't notice it either. I guess, right? Dinosaur, but make it fashion. I guess he could be a lizard too, but yeah, the dinosaur I guess makes the most sense, right? Okay, he's got those spikies on the side. We've got a Yoshi, folks. Coming in hot. And on his little back, he's got a shell. This is also controversial too, because controversial. Nintendo controversies, am I right? I just played, like, because I got, like, whatever they're called, emulators or something, like an N64 or a Super Nintendo emulator on my Switch, so that I could play Super Mario that I grew up playing, right? And Yoshi has a saddle. It's not a shell. Back in the day, it was a saddle. Is this a shell or a saddle? Yoshia is a fictional dinosaur who appears in a video game. Done. It's been debunked, you guys. Rosie was right. He's a dinosaur. He's got a red little shell on his back. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. I've never painted Yoshi, I don't think, before. Yoshia is a fictional dinosaurs. Okay, and then like I said, very up to you if you want to put the toad or the mushroom or the whatever you want over here. Like, you can make it tiny if you want. Like, you don't want it to look like he's eating it. But we are going to do a little mushroom top. Like, you're going to draw a circle, but don't make it go all the way. And I'm just like, again, if it helps you to fully draw that full line and not avoid the green like I did, you can do that. It's not the end of the world. I'm just saving some time and just avoiding that space visually. That's up to you. I assumed, oh, the reference links from Wikipedia. I thought it was like Yoshia. Maybe he was also, maybe as a female Yoshi is a Yoshia. Or a Yosha. And then the 5 was like an S, like dead mouse. That's what I was thinking. Alright, so we've got the toad, and then to finish it off, you bring an opposite. So, sorry, maybe I should explain that better. A good way of explaining, not explaining, but showing perspective without me teaching you perspective, because it's a journey. A really quick and easy, cheap way, cheap, costs nothing, to do that is if we imagine this full space as a circle. Let's do this, for example. We're imagining this whole thing as a circle, and if you split it in half, the top half of the circle, everything is going to be in this shape, in this upwards circle direction, and everything underneath is going to be like mocking the bottom of the circle, if that makes sense. So for up here, it's like here's the top of a circle and the full circle, that's not the halfway. So when we come here, we're also still going to be going in that upwards direction. Does that make sense? Convex, concave? Not quite sure. Justin on the politics free zone. Hey, that's fair. I don't even watch news on my own time. Sorry guys, I'm not teaching it well. Concave, yes, okay. So if that's kind of like a weird lesson, if that kind of helps with a little bit of perspective-y, like if you're drawing a shape, if you're picturing on the top half or the bottom half of the image you're doing is the way that you will concave or convex these shapes. So I'll show you that again down here on their little shoes. So here we've got that little toady, and then he's just gonna go in there. We're just gonna match that bottom up down there. Sorry, I popped into Pig Stand. Hey, that's okay. I'm sad that me and Pig Stand are on at the same time. Big fan battles this Saturday. Right. It's on my calendar. That's a very acute observation. Oh. Go ahead. Okay, we basically have a Yoshi, you guys, and it's not even 9. That's a good sign. We a nomad zone as well. Justin's just shutting everyone down. Okay, we've got a foot coming, and I know the foot's orange, and we're using red, but it kind of helps because it's like a darker value. Yeah, Justin, you're not his mom, you're my mom. Okay, the shoes. So, Hunger Games asking, are they hard to paint? They're not hard. It probably mentally, you look at them and you'll probably be intimidated more than they actually are. You just gotta follow the instructions. It's gonna be easy, I swear. Okay? So, what we're going to do is, remember how I acknowledged I kind of made his leg a little long? Again, remember, look at our picture. Oh, wait, what am I doing? Our picture down here to see how small that little green space of his leg is, right? So we are going to just draw the first band of the shoe, and we're going to follow that upward circle, downward circle business I was telling you, right? So we're at the bottom half of the shape of the image. So we are going to, at the bottom of the leg, where it's going to be the top of the shoe, we're going to do a bottom curve, okay? Whoop. So this line is the top of the shoe. So we're going to ignore, like, that's what's nice about this rough layer that we're doing, right? Is like we did this so nice and light that we're going to paint this red right over top of that green. Because it's not a mistake, right? Could you paint the Koopa kids? Oh, they're so cute. We can add them to the list. I have a long list of things that people always request. I always write them all down. But by no means are they in order. It's truthfully like what I feel like painting on Sunday. I have to want to paint it too, okay, guys? But I like Koopa Kids. I'm going to add Koopa Kids on there. That's a good one, too. Okay, so we've got that concave circle. And we're going to come out the outside of it, and we're just going to make a little bubble. This is like classic Disney shoes, like Mickey Mouse shoes, Goofy shoes. And you're going to do the same thing, the same shape, another downward curved circle. And look at that, we've got the top of his shoe. Easy peasy. Oh my gosh, he's so chubby. I love him. The ring, then the sole, 100%. And again, like, don't copy me yet. This is just, it's different for everybody. Some people hate doing the shape thing, even though you, like, kind of, you kind of have to understand the shape thing before you can break it, if that makes sense. But you can, if you want. Some people might want to, like, draw a circle first of, like, where his foot, like, where that boot's gonna go. That might help people to do the full circle. But for some people, it might literally be easier or more helpful for them to just draw this line organically without having to do the circle. It's completely up to everyone else. Like, it's a very, completely up to you. It's a very different process for everybody. So like I said, do the circle if you want, or just organically draw that line. And then the bottom of his shoes is just a straight line. Whoop. That's a big boy. I know, he's so chunky. I know. But I love it. Unironically. Yeah. I think, could you paint Messier 87 the black hole at the center of our universe? Do I just paint a black canvas? Is that how I do it? Okay, we've got that one soul. Oh my god, I forgot to time-lapse him. I forgot. Hunger Games, I forgot. That makes me sad. I feel like I probably could, like, the video I'm recording right now, I probably can time-lapse or something. I don't know. We'll see. Darn, I forgot. Okay. Now, we've got this other leg coming. I made that foot a little big too, but that's fine. We're going to do the same old thing, but we're going to go a smidgen higher. Just like the tiniest touch, you're going to start a little bit higher. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to do that under curve. Whoop. And in these times, remember to, like, you can, if you don't like how thick his leg is, maybe just bring it in smaller and you can white out it a little bit. And let's do here too. Same thing, bubble out the side, and let's paint that ring. No worries, he's gonna look fresh though. Yoshi's one of my favorite Nintendo Universe characters. You weren't here when we were having that combo. We have Svengali loves Shy Guy. Cinderella loves Peach. I'm a Toad Yoshi girl for sure. In racing, Mario Kart. Try me, you guys. I'm really good. Okay. So we've got this thick boot here. And story of my life, like I do all the time. I painted him huge, and I'm coming close to the bottom of the canvas, but that's just what I deal with every time. Yoshi is cool. I agree, Lisa. He does have mascot shoes on, but every time I look at it, I'm like, well, they are big in the picture. Whatever. Okay, so same thing on this side, but since this foot is pointing towards us and it's closer, we're going to be a little bit lower than the other shoe, and we're drawing just a circle. A half circle, because it's going to be basically flat at the bottom. I know it looks crazy, you guys. Trust me. What are we doing? Trusting the process. Trusting the tailor. And his shoe just attaches on this side. So we've got that booty. We've got that booty. Oh, not like booty, but like boot-y. Lisa's out. Early morning for you. Gotta sleep. Oh, yes. You early bird. Thanks for the heart. Thanks for the love and the hangs. Good night. Have a good sleep. Okay. Now I think we're ready to start painting this little guy. Okay? We are gonna get out a bigger paintbrush, whatever size you... Wow, I set these up crazy today. My head's close on this side. What's happening here? Oh, you guys are sending me in some stuff. I'll have to check. Okay. Get your green out and we'll get a big brush. And it's completely dependent. Like, you can have a big pointed brush. You can have a big square brush, maybe. If your painting is smaller than mine, like maybe you want to use like a smaller, but it's important that it's thick. It's a thick brush. Thicker than what we were using originally, because with a little tiny brush like that, let's get rid of that guy. With a tiny little brush like that, it's exhausting and time wasting to try to fill large surface areas. Yes, Death Slayer, we've got a Yoshi! We're about to paint him. There's a bunch of people painting him too out there, so I'm excited to see what everyone's looks like. Okay, everybody, let's take a peek. We are going to forget about our chocolate milky consistency of paint, right? We're going to go back into our green, but we want more paint than water. I'm using this. I know everyone who's been at my paint nights, I've complained about this green every time I use it. I don't know why I'm doing it again, but maybe I'll mix something else in there. Something happened to the consistency of it, and it just doesn't go on smooth. Let's just mix some of this in there and see what happens. Oh, that was probably a bad idea. Okay. Just nothing to see here, everybody. Don't worry, just use the green you're already using. Actually, use neon too, like Cinderella. That's fun. What's this? Whatever. We're going for it. Okay. So there's more paint than water, but you still want water in your brush because it helps you pull your paint across the canvas. Unless you're Adam. I don't think he's here today, but Adam likes to dry brush, and that's fine. Okay, so we are going to start with his nose. And we're literally just going to slob some paint on. Trademarked. Slob, trademarked. Oh my gosh, look at my arm today. Wait, how do I match it up? Oh, they're like different colors today. One of your canvases won't absorb paint. So, okay, I know exactly what's happening there. You are going to, this happens sometimes with certain brands. The best thing to do, especially if we are filling it green, like what we're doing right now, take what you can, and even though the paint doesn't seem to be holding onto the canvas, let it dry. Like, it's gonna probably look like, I'm trying to make, like, make what yours is gonna look like. I can't create it on here, but you're gonna have to let it dry with a little layer of whatever will hold onto it, and then that paint will make like a layer that more paint will be able to go on top. Does that make sense? Oh, can I pet that dog? Good to see you back. Where's my phone? I can check it on there. Rosie's got it. Perfect. That does happen. Some of my canvases do that as well. It's annoying. This canvas is weird. Let's see. Yeah, it's just going to be a little watered down. Maybe add a little more. No, you're doing what you can. I think you're just going to have to do a couple more layers on it, which is just a nuisance that is going to take some time, but not the end of the world. It's fixable. Can I pet that dog? I know. Every time I see their username, I love it. But also, you guys, look how great they're going for little Rosie. Killing it as usual. Okay. Yeah, that happens to me too. And you know when I do my really watery backgrounds, sometimes that happens, like, yeah, it won't dry at all, and they'll just, like, it'll separate into these, like, weird chunky sections. And it just takes time. Overlays and yada yada. But why is this being so weird over here? Okay, sorry. We are still filling in our little Yoshi. And I always say to be conscious of your brush strokes, like, of which direction you're going. If you see when I've been doing his nose, I've always been going in this rotation. I'm not like scribbling it in there, because it kind of just helps, even though there's not much of a difference because it's not huge chunky paint, but it does help imply that shape. Whoop, whoop, whoop. How's that? And if your paint isn't pulling well, add some more water, unless you're Rosie and need to let that stuff dry. Don't add more water on that one. But we're going to come up in all these places and color in some dark green. Why is my Instagram freaking out over here? We'll just go there. And as we're painting, acknowledge, like, he has a little white cheek over here, so you don't have to paint that green. If you already did, because I didn't tell you quick enough, that's totally okay. You can paint white right over top of the green that you did. But a white's gonna go down there. And again, keep looking at that reference photo. Where's my hand? It's right here. Whoop. Right here. Because his tummy is also white, so you don't have to worry about that. Let's just get his hand in there. And let's get that arm in there. Again, remember, water's your friend. So if you need to slob some more water in there, that's totally okay if it's not pulling well. Okay. And one thing that is hard right now, because we drew all that out, it is kind of important that you're acknowledging where we left some of those lines. So we are just gonna color in his thigh here, his chunky thighs. Boop. And when you're filling in these spaces, just be very conscious. You can leave a little bit of a spot so that you can see where those lines belong. We will be outlining stuff, which is some people's worst nightmare, some people's favorite part. But I am gonna just paint him flat, because then you can leave it at that, you can paint him flat, and then people who want to bring him up an extra level of detail can come along on that journey with us. Paint night, yo! Oh, hello, not forgot, but Abigator, Frenzy. I just remember that username well. Your superhero name. Hello, how are you? Welcome to Paint Night. We're painting a Yoshi. We've got that green. Shanty Day as well sneaking in here. Hello. We're just painting some Yoshi. And Abigator made some kick-ass potato soup. Heck yeah, that is a good day. Okay. How's that? I think pretty good so far. That is a good day. All right, so we're gonna get some orange out, and at this point, it's good to have some white on our palettes, okay? Oops, didn't close this last time. How y'all doing? Well, I can't speak for everyone, but it seems like most people are doing good today. There's a point in history where Yoshi was able to clean up against the meta in Smash Bros. Melee with his little tongue. Woo! Right? Doesn't he just eat everything? That's what I think of when I think of Yoshi. And Shanty Day, you dance a lot, so sometimes I don't be on there. That's okay. You're not supposed to spend all your time on the internet. We appreciate... Oh my gosh, I've just made a mess over here. We appreciate that you're here now. Okay, we've got some shoes coming at you first. Actually, yeah, we do. We've got some shoes. Okay. You can keep using the same brush if you want. Again, be very conscious that like your painting might be a little bit different than mine. See here, my nose is already itching because of the cadmium red. As I just learned because of Cinderella recently that I'm allergic to paint that I use every day. So, told ya, I know, it's crazy how much now, like I've just noticed it now that it's been set in stone there. We are taking out orange and red. You can use just whatever. Again, like don't use a really thin, skinny brush. You want to use something a little bit bigger to fill up a larger surface area. And we're going to be working wet on wet, which we don't do all the time. So it's a little bit quicker than usual. We're first going to start with orange, and we're not making a chocolate milky consistency, but we are adding a good chunk of water in there just to water it down a little bit, make it a little smooth. Mix your brush in there, keep kind of going in between your water dish and your paint just to get every bristle soaked in there. And we are just going to slob that orange in. Go over top those red lines that we did. You can cover the red lines completely if you want, or you can let them peek out the side like I did. Whatever floats your boat. But we are going to color that in. For some of you, again, quality of paint differs for everybody. If you did have to go green, like put the red over or the orange over top the green and it doesn't cover it nicely, not the end of the world. Let it dry, do another layer, it'll be good. And the thing with wet on wet is we kind of have to work a little fast. So see how that's nice and wet, my brush is wet, the paint on the palette is wet. Now we're gonna go in with my brush, like see how there's like still orange on there, like I didn't clean it off. I went right into the wet. White into the wed is what I was saying. I went right into the red, And Abigator. I love this channel. If you didn't mention the last time, thanks. Are you ever going to paint along with us, maybe? I'm hunting a wabbit. Silly wabbit. Okay, so I put red right into there, into my wet brush, and I'm going to lightly acknowledge where the shadows are. So we're going to be on the right-hand side. Go right into that wet paint and just slowly mix my red in there to blend it out. You're going to need your rag or your paper towel or whatever to kind of keep wiping off the excess, but it really gets you a nice little smooth blend when both the paints are wet, okay? Abigail loves it. Or Abigator, I just called you Abigail. I'll bring this close so that you guys can see it, but see what happens there? Oh, no, you can't because I didn't put it on the screen at all. Abigail works too. Okay, yes. It just felt right. It just came out of my mouth. And again, this can be a stressful process for some people. It doesn't have to be. It's just going to take some time to feel out your brushes, to blend stuff through. You can also completely ignore this step if you want to. Okay? Don't worry about it. If you don't want to. If you just want to make some orange shoes, that's totally fine. But we are acknowledging that the sun is going to be coming from up here, okay? Like where my ring light is. That's the sun coming into our painting. So on the right-hand side of all of our shapes is going to be the darkest, and the lightest will be on the left. So that's why I'm going over here in the crease of his leg and adding some shadow and dark parts there. His leg, I meant shoe. But that's fine. So I just figured out what it looks like when a very big spider bites you twice. KDT. That's stressful sounding. What does it look like? A box, 4 little circles. That's actually super helpful. Good. See, I'm glad. That's what I'm here for, you guys. And if that's not working for you and you're not liking that wet on wet is a stressful process, you can blend together orange and red on your palette to mix these colors and brush that on. That also works too. This is just kind of quicker and painless day. Day? I meant way. So now I'm going into that other shoe with pure orange because I'm going to do the same process as I did on the other one. So pure orange, again, it's not chocolate milky. It's like a pretty thick paint with some water in it. And again, you're just going to fill in that shape with your orange. Kind of be conscious of your strokes. Where's my... I ran out. Brown recluse, I heard it hit the ground. What? The spider was so big that you heard it hit the ground? Excuse me? Okay, so whatever, still wet. But remember, the sun is still coming from over here. So we're not darkening this side. Like, see how we can see this boot's darker and then now we got to this boot and it's lighter? We want that to stay because that spot is in the sun. So again, go into your brush. Again, if it's okay, if there's orange already on it, you go into your red, into the wet, and we go on the right-hand side of the shape and just pull that baby into the orange. And see, like, I'm always consciously like going down to my rag to peel off some of the excess paint in there. And same on this side of the boot. You're gonna get some of that darker color and blend it out into the orange. Again, you don't have to do this step if you want it to be flat, if you don't want it to be two-dimensional. You can skip this step by mixing orange and red to get those values instead of doing it on your palette or on your canvas like we are here. Look at those little chubby feet. Man, they're funny. Okay? How's that? I've crushed spiders that made a squish sound when you squashed them. Ow! Up in Canada, at least where I live in Canada, we are very blessed with not crazy critters. Our spiders aren't very big. Acid loves the shades and the shadows. It just brings such like so much more oomph to everything. It's the best. I agree. Shadows are the best. Okay. So while that's drying, because we'll go back in there with some outlines and stuff, we're going to continue on and start filling in some other colors. Again, it's up to you what size you use as a brush in here. I'm using the same that I was using before. And I'm just going to go into the red. Again, water's your friend. Use it. We're going to come up here and fill in these little red spots. You live in Northeast Ohio, so you'd think there wouldn't be crazy spiders, but, and with no continuation to the but, I imagine that means, yes, there are big spiders. It's funny, we were, like, talking with, we met a friend's friend the other day, and he is a wildlife officer. And was just, like, telling us some crazy stories, and, he was just saying how people are like, oh, people from other countries are like, oh, I wouldn't, like, bears and cougars, and that's so scary, right? Like, if you guys have some crazy animals. And he's like, no, because I can see those coming. Like, I can see a bear, I can see a cougar. He's like, I can't see, little scorpions or little spiders or little things, like, in Australia, these, like, little things that can kill you and you don't even know. But for us, it's like, oh, there's a bear over there. Like, don't go over there. You can see him. He's fine. We've seen lots of bear and moose and coyotes and wolves even. And our things are afraid of us. Exactly. That's another thing that's good call that Justin says is like the things in Canada are scared of us, but things in other places aren't. Okay, we've got some red spots on the back. Not spots, they're spikies. And we're also going to fill in this little shell. By the way, happy Fat Bear Week. It's Happy Fat Bear Week? Pardon me? What a week. That's fun. You can't even flush an Australian spider down the toilet. They crawl up so fast. Oh. See, like, that's not... And I saw a TikTok too where it's like Australians will know, and it's like their boots were left outside and they have to like pick it up and like make sure there's nothing inside there. Every time you put your shoes on, you have to like make sure you check it. Like, no, that ain't my life. I ain't ready for that. Okay, what else do we need on here? You can, if you want, draw out the circles first and paint around them, or if you trust your white, paint the whole thing red and you can paint the white circles on top. I say that because some people's paint quality isn't as good as others, and maybe it wouldn't opaquely cover up a dark color like red, so that's why I usually don't, that's why I don't always teach you guys, like, what I would do. Like, realistically, I would paint this whole Yoshi green, and then I would paint the white over top of it, the white over top the green parts. But again, like, if somebody's paint quality is poor, then I've just led you up for failure before you even started, because then your white won't go over top, and it's just a sad day for everyone. So, that's why I do it that way, but if you're at home and trust your paint, you do you. That's the whole point of the day. Okay. What a cutie, am I right, Nikki? I agree. I can't wait to see you and your son's little Yoshis. Little chubby Yoshis. Okay. So we've got the green, we've got the boots, we've got everything else. What we've got to start doing is shading in his white spots and his eyes, and then I'll show you how to shade the rest of them if you want, but then it'll be good. Acid, you are more than right that the Mario theme music should be playing. more than right. I just put these on YouTube later, and that is for sure not royalty free. That's the only problem. So I listened to this poorly curated royalty free playlist that I have created myself every time. But on my off days that I don't do paint nights, we listen to fun music. You guys at home, pump the Mario theme for yourselves. Get in the mood of it. Okay. Cinderella's starting to love the royalty free playlist. It's like top 40. You never even know. Okay, so Avigator 2. Oh my god, you guys. Oh, sending me that little music guide too. Thanks, Acid. You guys are the best. Okay, so I told you guys to bring blue for the background, or whatever color you wanted for the background. So the next, oh, you guys, thanks for the props. The next step, also Rosie, check in. How's your weird canvas doing? Does it work a little bit to let it dry and work over it a little more? I hope. Working now. Beautiful. Okay. So next step, completely up to you which direction you go. So you guys know that I talk about all the time that black, the pigment black, is a very strong pigment. It takes over color. Sometimes it like grays it out and it just pulls the life out of color. So it's not the best always to mix with black, like to mix a gray or to mix whatever, to make a color darker with black. Sometimes it's overwhelmingly dark. So I'm going to give you the option of either, so look at our picture down here, see how in his cheeks and stuff, like there's not just pure white, there's value to show shape. You can either do it with white and a little bit of black to make gray, or I'm going to do it with a little bit of blue, just to give him a little more color. So I still am going to bring black, white, and blue onto my palette, but again, completely up to you which direction you want to go. But sometimes making your shadows with blue instead of black will just bring more color and life, or maintain color and life in your piece. While black can sometimes suck. I'm lisping today all day. Suck the life out of your color. And like Cinderella says, phthalo blue, because I learned 40 years later that I've been calling it phthalo blue for years, and the P is silent. So I'm actually going to use light blue permanent myself here. Steven. I'm going to use light blue permanent over here. My palette's a little crappy right now. Okay. Just make a little more room in there. So I'm going to get blue, white, and a touch of black. And when I say a touch of black, you guys, I'm not over-exaggerating like you need. Just for reference, I use black and white in every single painting that I do. Every single painting, there will be black and white no matter what. And I have had this black for probably 6 months. And look how much is in there. It's like almost full, okay? And in that 6 months, this is my third white. And she's way more empty. Oh, it's like just pure white. You guys can't even see. It's like less than half. It's like a third left. So that just shows, I ain't lying when I say don't use much black. You need the smallest smidgen of black ever, okay? And even though I say that and I know that and I live by that rule, I always take out too much black. It's just, that's how life just works, I guess. Okay, tiny little smidgen of black. I probably took out way too much still. So, how do you guys feel about that wet on wet business? Did you enjoy that process? Do you want to explore that a little more? Or would you rather do what we always do and we paint darker and then add light to it? Oh, a toothpick with black. Yeah, that's smart. That's really smart, actually. I like that. Even for the outline. I learn something new every time I'm here. Rosie likes learning new things. Sold. Okay, so the wet on wet was good. Awesome. Okay. I like learning new techniques, so when was... You guys! Look at you, wanting to learn. I like it. Ilum likes up drips. You can kill me. Up drips are coming, okay? I promise it'll be the background. We'll do an up drip or two, okay? 925K. We've got good time. This is also a good time to change your paint water if it's very colored, like pigmented. That color, that pigment is in the water. It'll get in your brush and it'll like muck up your new colors. So if you want to change your paint water, do it now, because I'm actually also going to do it now. Let me just put my be right back for oh, but it's hidden. Be right back. Come back. I am going to go fill up my water. You guys fill up yours too if you want, or not fill it up, change it, because mine is a poopy color at the moment and I don't want that to translate into the white that we are about to use, right? Oops. Okay. Let's go for it. So we're doing our good old, not good old, our brand new wet on wet technique. But what is nice is right now we can use our pure white before we start blending that in there to clean up anything that you find weird, right? I might get a little bit of a smaller brush. That one might be a little too big. Oops, that's fine. Okay, I'm just taking out whatever, another medium-sized brushy. And we're gonna go into our pure white, use a little bit of water, but not much. And this is what I mean by you can clean some stuff up. So, we can come up here and we can, with white, define his eyeball a little more, like clean up those lines. If you have any messy ones, you can clean up this line on the outside if you want. And same over here. Let's bump up that eyeball. Those lines were thick. Or no lines. The green lines that we originally did were pretty thick. So why don't we clean that up? And you can use this white, this pure white, just like white out, like you would white out on a document. Just erase some of the lines or some of the shapes that you aren't happy with. If you are happy with all your shapes and lines, beautiful. Ignore this step completely. Right? So we bumped up his eyes a little bit more. And same up here, like you can bump in his cheek a little bit better, like clean up those shapes. And now that we are going to start doing our wet on wet, because we don't really have to do that in his eyeballs, they're basically just white. So we want to make sure that our paint is wet as we do his little cheek. Fill in all the shapes. Right, like we're painting over that little middle line that we had. We're gonna clean up some of those shapes. Like, see him already like coming together and how much cleaner he already is. What is that? Yeah. A wild down pears. What is that? Potato wedge. With like, what's that sauce? A pesto. A pesto aioli. Magnifique. That's what I smell. The house just smells so good. Mmm. Thanks. Sorry, guys. That was awesome. The wild Dan appears. Okay. Okay, what was I doing? Sorry, my brain. We've got a wet cheek. So now, right, we've got a wet paintbrush. I'm going into the blue for now. We'll see if we need to add some black, but let's just try just blue. So with my wet paintbrush, I went right into the blue. I'm adding a little bit of water to my brush, and I have a rag ready. Oh, right. I'm almost better with this front camera. And let's go right under, because imagine he has this big snout, and the sun is coming from up here, so it'll be shadow down here. So we're going to go into that wet paint with that blue. And we are going to pull it through. Can you guys even see that? No. Water's your friend. Your rag is your friend to wipe stuff off. If something goes on and it seems like a little aggressive, like, oh, that's a little too dark, put your hand, like, rag, dip it in water, and come back, and you can, like, buff out those lines. But see how subtle it is? Like, very... Oh my gosh, you guys can't even see it. Can you kind of see it? Maybe I'll put a little bit of a toothpick's worth of black in there, maybe. Already too much black, overwhelming. But again, same process. See, like, oh, whoa, that's a little sharp. So I rubbed off all the paint that was on my brush, out of my brush. I put a little bit of water on there. And I'm literally just going to buff it out into the already wet paint on his mouth. So now I'm using, just in case you missed when I went there, I'm using black and gray. Mainly because it's not showing up on the screen for you guys. You'll know at home if when you're using the blue, if it's black and gray. I meant black and blue. If you're using the blue, you'll know at home if it's too much or not enough. But see how it's very light? My light's too bright, you can hardly see it. Buff, buff, buff. So that's kind of the process, like not with water, of course, but for oil painting, that's how you blend a lot of stuff. Your paint is always wet, so you're able to make really smooth, fuzzy, soft transitions. With acrylic, it dries so quickly that you don't really get that, as you can't play with it as long. There's a very small window that you can do it. So that's kind of what I'm teaching you, that small window to play with of wet paint. But again, it can be very subtle. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. You can decide how much to bump up the shadows, how much you want. Like, again, we're going to go in with a black outline to define all the shapes in the end. But realistically, some people don't like to use outline. Like all of art school, and this isn't a hate on because he's my favorite teacher in the world, but one of my teachers kept trying to push me away from outline. He was just trying to get me to learn how to draw or color or value or whatever without using an outline or without relying on an outline all the time. And in school it's good. You're supposed to try everything in school, right? But I just, by doing that, I learned that, no, I love an outline. And I'm gonna use it. But that doesn't mean that you have to. A lot of people, they can, with value and color, they can make it so that you don't need an outline, and that's fine too. Some people love that. Justin, yeah, there you go, as he waves. Just talking about like value studies and stuff. But yeah, I remember a project where I was prohibited from using outline, and it was very difficult for me. Or like when Carol Baskin called me out, yeah. Didn't even call me out to my face. Okay, so I did the same. I guess I didn't really tell you guys as I was doing it, but I'm doing exactly the same thing that we did at the top. I'm just prepped his belly with wet paint, and now I'm gonna go in with that darker. With, again, it's a wet brush. Like, I want water on my brush because I want to be able to pull it through. Oops. And again, remember your rag. Oh gosh, your rag is important. And it's, again, not permanent, because, like, look, like, oh, maybe I'm not happy that that smudge is right there. But if you can't buff it out, then you can wait for it to dry and just go over top of it with pure white again. Right? Whatever, no one will even know. And same down here in his little butt. This isn't a butt, but you know what I mean. Carol called you out. Sorry, actually, that I can see why that sounded like that. There's just a girl that one of our friends, like, is Carol Baskin. She's not, but, like, her mannerisms are the same. She, like, carries herself the same way. She, like, says the same type of things. They look very similar, so we just, like, call her Carol Baskin. It's probably not the nicest of us to do, but I'd be famous if Carol Baskin called me out for something. But, like, yes, exactly. Like what Justin's saying, I've never seen a doppelganger more, like, I've never, it's, and you have to, like, know her to know, because it's the mannerism things. It's like, yeah, visually she looks the same too, but it's like they carry themselves so similar. And so what Abigator's talking about, it's funny that you say that Carol Baskin's going to be on Dancing with the Stars, because it came up on a live the other day. Somebody else talked about that, and we watched. She was on it. She danced to Eye of the Tiger. And she was eliminated. Oh my gosh. Poor girl. Good. Yeah. Hey, you got your 10 seconds of fame. You need it. You gotta milk it. And realistically, or not realistically, see, I'm coming back. Remember to that spot that I wasn't happy with, right? Look, now I'm just gonna go over with pure white and, like, oh, she gone. She gone. And again, I always tell you, look at the picture that we're painting and try to mock, like, squint at it, and that usually helps you see the darkest to lightest parts on the piece. What do I want to do now too? Now we've got on his shell in the back, he does have like a white lip of the shell. And same thing, you guys, we're just gonna slob on some white paint on there. Shwoop. Shwoop. And do your same old dark, either a little touch of black or a little touch of blue, whatever you prefer. And we're just gonna buff it out a little bit against the background. Okay. How do we feel about that? How's the wet on wet buffing, grinding going over there? We can also, on this side, his little circles, right? They have a little bit of value in there too if you want. Also not a big deal if you just paint them pure white. Who cares? Guys, I love this song. My favorite royalty-free song. It's your fave too. Yeah, I love. I should probably make my Spotify open for those lists. Open, I mean public. Is public the word I was trying to think of? Alright. We've got some circles, some just itchy cadmium. We've got some blending. We've got some shapes and some colors. We are just right now going to go and pop in some eyeballs. Impatient Rosie. Okay, cool. You're right. Well, and also it's getting late for her too. So let's do a couple things so that you can be like anyone can be done, and then we'll add on top of it. Hey, no, we need that quickie. We're good, Rosie. It's good. We are going to. What are we gonna do? I realized that we didn't really color him in yet. Before we go into black outline and shape and spaces, let's just add a bunch of white to a touch of orange and pink. Just gray. Orange and red. So a bunch of white, a little touch of orange, a little touch of red, just to make like a little like peachy color, and you're just gonna fill in that toad's face or mushroom's face, whatever we decided it was. And then we'll go in with some shape, but here is probably a little bit more orange than red in the color, but who really cares? Not the end of the world either. Okay? And then remember that technique that we're doing, that wet on wet with value, you can apply that to everything, right? Like you can add some red, repaint this red, add some dark on that side if you want. For his shadows and his body, same thing. You can do that aspect. Or we could have painted the whole guy a darker green and then added white to the green and bumped up the lighter layers. So then the dark would stay dark, right? Like those are the two different techniques that you can play around with. And I use both in all my paintings. So I know you guys are still jumping around. Don't worry if I'm going a little quickie, okay? I'm bringing back out a small brush. Whatever you've got in your wheelhouse that's little. And we're not doing chocolate milk consistency. We do want a good amount of pigment on our brush, but water is going to help us pull that paintbrush across the canvas nice and smooth, okay? Let's start with some eyeballs. And guess what? They're just some beans. Let's go in his back left eye and touching the eyeball, because if you look at our picture down here, where's my hand? Down here. He's looking this way, okay? So touching that inside line, we're going to do a bean that is going to touch the bottom, aka his nose. See that? It's like on the line, the eyeball line that we have created. Okay, we've got one bean. You can color in if you want. And by using this eyeball, we're coming over here. Like using that eyeball, I mean as a reference point. Sorry, is what I meant to say. Let's put another bean touching the side of his eye lid. You're right, I can't tell it's royalty free anymore. See, right? I'm like, this is for sure like Hillary Duff. Just kidding. Why did Hillary Duff, why was she the first one to come to my head? But you know what I'm saying. I'm like, this is on the radio. No, you guys just listen to this every Thursday for the last 6 months. Okay. Okay. We've got 2 eyeballs. Easy, right? And realistically, what is his eyes? His eyes are blue, but weird. Like his like pupil's blue and the outside's black. That's confusing. Let's just paint the whole thing black. We can pop some blue in there, but we'll give it a nice little highlight spot. And you guys know the highlight spot makes or breaks the cutie. Okay. Just kidding, doesn't break, always makes. So we've got those eyeballs. And before I move forward, I am going to offer for anybody the same as how you did the pencil. If you're somebody who's more comfortable with a pencil in your hand than a paintbrush, and we're going to outlines, maybe you want to use a Sharpie. And that's fine. Don't like I always say, I feel like another trademark line is like, it might be a sin for me to tell you. Another artist might be like, oh my god, don't tell them to use a Sharpie. But if you're just painting this little cutie for you at home and you are more comfortable with doing a thin outline with a Sharpie, go for it, okay? Or a paint marker, you know, my good old, I always just shove Molotow markers down your guys' throats. I don't have any around me right now, though. This is just a huge one, but paint markers also work as well. Molotow, if you want. But for all y'all, I'll obviously teach you how to use a paintbrush. It's just comfortability level. If you want to do an outline with a Sharpie, please go for it. And don't let anyone judge you, okay? So, let's start from top to bottom. And this is just going to bring it all together. And then you can be done if you want, or we can shadow some more. So, remember, black on your brush. More paint than water, but you want some water. And we can start by outlining his eyeball, boop, with a little line underneath. And I'm not gonna, I know I should do the whole pressure test. I'm just looking for time. We don't have loads of time. I think what I'm gonna do, and I've said it before, but I'll say it again, because if I say it, I'll do it at some point. I'm gonna make like a technique video on my YouTube of like the thick to thin, of splatter, of whatever, so that I don't have to teach it every time. It's like you can watch this video and then I can reference those things without having to teach them every time. Does that make sense? So when you're doing outline, it's important to not press hard. You're using literally just the tip of your paintbrush. It's important to just lightly, I'm hardly pressing at all, oops, I'm hardly pressing at all, to get those nice thin lines. Okay, we're outlining there. When it comes to his eyelid, right at the bottom here, you are going to make, where should I make it? We are going to make a couple lines. See how? It's very subtle. Do you see those two lines? They look like eyelashes almost at the moment. But this is just going to be a quick, easy way for you to make his eyelid. Now from the top of that line, we are going to play keep away from his eyes and then connect them at the bottom. Do you see that line? It's like you basically just painted some eyeliner on him almost. Now realistically that will be darker green if you're going to color everything in, but we don't have to do that right now. We can just imply those lines. And then just finish her off from the tops of those little eyelids we just made. Does that make sense, everybody?
Seems that you and I lost touch. We knew this would happen. Open oceans between us.
10 out of 10! Thanks, Accent. Alright, let's bring that line down. And we're basically just outlining, oops. What can you do? You guys know that I don't paint really clean. Alright, my line's getting a little thicker, but that's cool. Okay. And this line's going to seem a little odd. It's just going to pop out of nowhere. But from our little shadow line that we made, we are going to match that up there. And this is what I'm going to mean by no mistakes. And the only reason why I like see how when I come close here. I don't know if you guys can see, like when I made this line, I missed. There's some dark green on the white side and there's some white on my green sides. Who cares, right? I'm just gonna go in and put a little white blob right there and you won't even see it. No one will even know. The only reason I like stress that like you can't make a mistake or it's not a problem is because I've painted with friends before where I just look at them and they're just like so nervous to just put that one line down. And it's like, you gotta lay it down or you're never gonna get the painting done. If you're scared, you're not gonna have fun. So if you know that you can't mess it up, that should help when you come to lay down permanent lines like this. This royalty-free music's messing you up. I know. This one too is like, this is on the radio for sure. No. Who's even by? What does that say? It is by Unikid. Have you ever heard of Unikid? I haven't. Okay, we're still outlining from his lip at the bottom here. It comes a little bit over top that cheek. And again, we're just like going. We're outlining this arm. And again, you always remember like where you drew that original oval, right? Like we drew this first bean and then the bean over top of it is gonna have the line in the foreground because that shape is closer to us than the other one. Does that make sense? Right? Well, there's a little arm over here too. I'm jumping around, but it's just to, if somebody's getting closer to finish, you can see where all these shapes are supposed to be going. And following those shapes. Again, if you don't want to outline either, you don't have to. That's okay too. See, when music like this comes on, my brain's just like slow. This one, again, we drew that circle because this big toe is in the foreground, so we will be outlining this shape in front of the band. Right? Yeah, I was feeling numb. If I could roll back time, would I choose you? Oops. Coming together, little guy. Sorry, guys, I have to change it. It's making me sleepy. Am I choppy to you guys? I'm not on one computer, but on this computer, I'm very choppy. Chop, chop. I am? I don't understand. I even did like a little speed test and everything looked good. Another thing that I want to point out that might seem obvious to some, but sometimes it's not obvious. You can move your canvas around. Like, for some people, maybe your hand works easier this way than like this way. So if you're like making these outlines, like maybe it'll be easier for you to move the canvas. For some people, it might be. Weep. And he has his little shell. Same up here, he has a little shell. Weep. Is this John Mayo, that other song? Were you trying to say like Mayo, like that's a cover name, or were you actually saying was it actually John Mayer? Off-brand, yeah, that's what I thought. So funny. Okay, where else do we got some outlines come in? Let's get that belly. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I have to not breathe when I do that. It makes me laugh that you guys can see my paint face now. My concentrated paint face. Oh right, the song Swore. I think I did I'm not plus 17 today. I'm supposed to be PG. Okay. Is it the deep down low face? I don't know, like maybe. Oh, Cinderella, thank you. Okay. And sorry, I've just been saving it for the end because it's hard for me, but you gotta trace, we gotta outline this circle. Stressful. Justin says he loves that prop when it lines up to the song. Oh, and the music, just like the bass works with it. Hunger Games, thank you. He does look cute. I love him. We're just doing the good old outline game. Hiya. Hiya. I have a feeling we're gonna have some cuties out there. He's coming together, can't wait to see everyone else's. Yeah, see, Jinx, that's what I was thinking too. Oh, I've been sitting on my leg this whole time. Sorry, I'm just bringing you in an earthquake. Okay, and now hands. Yeah, okay, now hands. See how I've just been ignoring them? So, for the first one, this one's easy over here, okay? You're just gonna outline that good old square that we have. You're gonna go over that shape a little bit so it looks like he's holding it, right? Like if you overlap it, it'll look like his finger is in front of the little toady. We're gonna paint a line down. Okay? We're doing okay, folks. Let's do a line across. And a little line down a little bit. It's basically there, but it's down. Why is it that every time I try and paint, Taste Painting always looks better? Random guy, are you painting right now? Can we see? I didn't know you were painting too. And same on this side. We're just gonna go easy, but since he has a little bit of a finger, we're gonna bring a little ledge up. A little one across and a little one down. It's a little alien hand. How's that? You know what? Maybe. One of the reasons why I don't paint acid, you guys have to remember, I've been painting every day for like at least 10 years, if not more. So yeah, of course I'm gonna be good at painting, but that doesn't mean you're not gonna be good. You have to. That's how you get better, is you do it. I'm just gonna do a line here and just see if this looks better. Easy. Of course painting's hard. 100% is hard, but it's hard, but it's not like danger, like it's, but there's no risk. Do you know what I mean? Like if you like draw a line too thick or you mess up a painting, like whatever. What did you lose? what's nice is that your like brain had some time to like chill, try something different. It's just like fun. I don't know. There's no competition. It's just yourself, you know. Okay, and what are we doing here? Same, we're still outlining this little guy. And let's outline this little dude. But yeah, guys, the only way that you're gonna get like good, or not even good, you don't even have to be good at painting. It's more just about like, do you enjoy the process? Do you trust the process? Okay, we've got that one. Am I using the same black for the toad eyes? Yeah, I am. They're literally just little ovals. You can even just do a line straight down if you want. Eyeball. Eyeball. And then when we go in with that white circle, he'll be just the cutest guy at the ball. Okay, and now the other hand. Give me just like uno momento to think of how we should do this. Okay, let's just give him, let me see quick. Yeah, thumb first, but I don't know if we're gonna do it like his hand in there. I think I just might paint it like, what am I doing? Down at the bottom. Like I might just paint it like this, like his thumb's on the top. Don't look at this camera, look at this camera. And then if we just box it. Yeah, that's it, right? That already looks okay. So we're gonna draw a line up and over just to imply that there's a thumb there, right? And come underneath it and just finish off that box. That's a hand, right? We can even put some lines here to make some little knuckles if you want, right? How's that? That's a good enough hand, right? A good enough hand so that we don't all stress and hate our lives as we try to paint hands because it takes so long to do it. Okay. Is that like, okay, that's... Oh my gosh, Yoshi has nostrils, you guys. Let's put them right here. They're basically Toad's eyes. Nostrils, right? Okay, but we're not quite done. You know what our final touch is always? We gotta put those white highlights in there. Cinderella loves hymns. Excellent. We need the background stuff too, for sure. But I always like to, just because, especially our little Rosie is still here, I always feel bad that I keep her up late. I'm going to do that white speck. I'm going in with a little baby brush again. It's white, pure white. You hardly have any water on your brush, really, but just slob on a little sploop. And then over here too, a little sploop. Right? Brings eyeballs to life, you guys. I know, I tell you always, that white highlight, I tell ya. 2 little white dots in that little guy's eye. And then realistically, if you want to add a couple, like it's not a huge difference, but you can add a couple pure white highlights in a couple spots if you need or want. Whenever I talk about white outing your mistakes, like see how right here there's a little bit of green underneath there. With pure white, like just go in there and literally white that out. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. How are they gonna know? Right, same over here. I made a little bit of a messy. And you can what? Maybe do you want to put like a light highlight on his shoe? I don't know. If you want to. It's not in his original design, but who cares? Man, he looks fresh, right? He's cutie. Here, let's put a little highlight on his booty. And again, remember, you can buff that out. Clean your brush and put a little water on it. And you can buff it out. Yeah, highlight on the nose. So that's what I was going to do. I'm just going to... Realistically, we can highlight a bunch of things on him, right? So it's kind of a play it by ear as we get to 10 o'clock right now. You don't have to do it, but we would put like a brighter highlight. Like we would mix this green with white and lighten up this part, lighten up some other parts of him. That's just like extra details that I can touch up on too in a second. But let's just do... Let me see how this works if I slob some blue in there. Because it does show that he has some blue in his eyes. Like if we just put a little like... Or is that weird? It's kind of weird. I'm just looking at the pictures. I'm just tossing a little bit of blue in there. But oh, I just threw my pen. These highlights are next level! I don't know. I put some blue in there, but it kind of looks weird. So maybe we shouldn't. New technique. Justin just setting the alarm on. I can't play our alarm song. Whee. Okay, for a background. We'll do that, and then that's okay. Like a cap car. Blue splatter. Okay, here. Ignore what I did to the eyeballs because it just obviously didn't work here. I don't know. Who knows how that works. Okay, blue splatter. We were gonna make a blue background. Remember, when we use a background or do a background, it's always good to use a big brush of some sort. So let's first start by, I'm just gonna add water and blue to my brush and just like lightly start splattering it. Not splattering it, but slobbing it around. I'm just gonna make a real textured background. Kind of like tie-dyed. It's me, Mario! Sneaking in here at the end. So the way I'm doing this background, everybody, you know, it's our good old chocolate milky consistency. I'm going in between the water and my paint a lot. Just to get like cool drips. It's gonna dry like really lightly. This is a good time to shove some some glitter in there if you want. Well, yeah, if Kenzie's Mario, then I'm for sure Luigi. No, she's Princess Peach. Okay, sweetest compliment. Okay, here's some splotty background. Again, you guys, when it comes to background, it is so... That's why I do it last. It's not why. I do it last in my practice as well. But, I do it last because it's so up to you. Rosie's done and heading to bed. Okay, let's, we obviously have to see her picture. Oh, my internet's slacking over here. But if Rosie's going to bed, we obviously have to get that Yoshi out of here. You guys, Rosie knocked out 2 Yoshis at once, and look at them. They're so good! I'm telling you guys, Rosie's coming for my job. And one's a girl. Does she have blush on her cheeks? They are. I'm telling you. She's coming for my job. I'm not joking. Just already a little entrepreneur at 6. You guys, this is, I'm going to put her Instagram. Do you see it right there? So you can go see her work because she's killing it. Maybe we even get her some votes, right, Rain? Her votes are open this weekend for her piece? Yes. Okay. Everybody here right now, go add Rosie on Instagram. Or go, there you go, perfect, to the link right there that her mom just added. And vote for Rosie. She has her piece. There's a bunch of garbage cans were refurbished by artists. Okay, yes. Okay, yeah, Rain, if you can DM me that, and I will post it on my story so that people can vote. Look, everyone's voting. Good. Okay, perfect. I love that. Rosie, you got a bunch of people supporting. Look at everyone voting. Yay. I'm so proud. She shouted me out in her, tell Rosie we got her back! Oh my god, you guys are the best. She shouted me out in her little artist bio, and I cried. Yes, Rosie has brought me many happy tears this past year. Not fair, I can't follow Rosie. Why? Oh my gosh, look at everyone voting! Rosie! And don't worry, you guys, I'll post it on Instagram for people who didn't catch it. And we've got another Yoshi. I meant my Yoshi after hers. Oh, you mean you can't follow her scale? No, look at your little cutie Yoshi too. I love the lime green. You've got the drips down packed as usual. Oh, love. Oh, look at this. This was before he's finished. I know you're coming along quickly after, but wow, he was looking great already. I don't think... Rosie's saying goodnight to everybody. Those are the only few I got right now. Good night, Rosie. Great job as usual. Oh, yeah, Cinderella. That one that Hunger Games asked, it was Cinderella's. Good night, Rosie. Did a great job as usual. So proud. Everyone voting for her stuff. There's glitter on her garbage can. Justin snuck in 2 votes. Perfect. I come back to all these cute Yoshis. You came back at the perfect time. Right? Aren't they so adorable? We're just... Oh, for Ilham, we gotta do the up drips. So you guys, whenever they're talking about up drips in the comments, this is what they mean. I just turned the painting upside down. You can vote with multiple emails. Well, there you go. Justin's got more than a few. Ilham's favorite up drips. They're my favorite too, so... But sometimes I forget about them, truthfully. Sometimes I forget. Thanks, everyone. Your Yoshis look awesome from Rosie's mom. Thanks, Rosie's mom, for bringing Rosie to the masses. You guys, honestly, if I was as, like, inspired and determined and talented as Rosie at that age, man, I would have been unstoppable right now. She's got a great head start. Like, she has her own business cards. Oh, and somebody last time, thank you, Rosie's mom, yes. What was I gonna say? Somebody's, when we were on a live stream with Rosie in it, somebody made some, it was probably Justin, who am I kidding? The momature coming in with the ideas. Somebody was like, I want to see a Rosie and Taylor collaboration. And Rosie was like, can we? And I was like, oh my god, yeah, how do we even make that happen? And the idea was like, Rosie will paint something, and then I want my 10%. Rosie would paint something, and then they'll mail it to me. And then I'll paint on it and mail it back. And then, oh, there you go. And then she'll paint on it and mail it back, like, whatever. I think we were going to say, like, we'll each paint on it twice. So, I got in the mail. It was a little bit ago. It took me a long time. I feel bad that it took me so long to get it to her, but she sent it to me in the craziest month of my life. Where's my phone? So she sent... Let me find it. So she sent me a picture. I didn't know what it was going to be. Where is... I think it was in our group chat. Kenzie and Justin. So she sent this. Where's my computer here? What am I looking at? Get me this on here. I'm so bad with these two cameras. So she sent me this abstract piece. As you can see there. And I was like, I don't know what to draw. But her family owns... What are they called? Oxalots? Oxalots? Oxalotls? Do you guys know? Axolotls. Oh, there you are! Okay, Ray's still here. Axolotls. So I drew... Ocelots. So I painted one in there, like, because it looked like she has, like, seaweed. Like, I felt like it was kind of like seaweed, so I got the little axolotl in there. And then Rain said that she wants an ice cream shop. She wanted to open an ice cream shop, so I made all that, like, if we go between the two. Like, see how this one had, like, the green on there? I made it into the little ice cream. And that she's really, like, inspired about traveling. Like, she wants to go to Paris. So I made, like, down at the bottom, like, a little Eiffel Tower and a little Calgary Tower. Oops. Whatever. So that it's, like, that's, like, if you think it's in a tank or something, and those are the little pieces they have in there. So that was my, like, she just got it today. And I can't wait to see what she does with it. I know that her favorite color is pink, too. So I wanted to throw some pink in there. Yeah, she's so excited to add to it. Ah, I'm so excited. That's why I was like, Rain, check your mail. I think it's there. I want her to see it. That makes me so happy. That made me cry today too. So that's fine. But a Rosie Tay collab. Yeah, you guys, the cutest. Hey, no, that's... I was just like, I'm pretty sure it said it would be there by the 30th. I hope. I was more worried that it got lost because the mail is so, like, not the greatest these days. But, so that's there, you guys know now. That's my Rosie update. And I always post about everything on my stories, obviously. I share all my Rosie things. Rosie does rock, you guys. She does rock. Okay, well, basically, he's basically complete. But like I said, when it comes to, like, extra details, like if you had a darker green, or if you darkened up your green. Oh, yeah, Kenzie sent in her photo. Sorry, right. I saw that. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. I know this isn't Kenzie's, but... Oh, so cute. Here's Kenzie. Kenzie. He's so cute. Derpy Yoshi. Oh, Kenzie, you kill me. Oh my gosh, look at this one. Oh, he's cute. Oh, he's so cute. Kenzie's crying. Kenzie's beautiful. Is he like... Oh, here I thought he was smoking a cigarette, but that's just paint on my screen. He doesn't actually have that. You kill me. And all of Kenzie's and I's... Oh, I can't go through all of our messages so you guys read all our messages. But Kenzie's is outer space Yoshi. Kenzie's is Yoshi affected. Yoshi ate too many potato chips, Yoshi. Yoshi! So I'm just gonna toss in like where you would put some of these dark... Oh gosh. Remember how I was saying like, oh, you could put darker green in his eyelids. Mine is nuclear plant meltdown Yoshi. Yeah, 100%. But back into just some good old value. Again, I hope no one's upset if they're gone already, but you're playing by the same rules. Yoshi super realism, while Kenzie's Yoshi was surrealism Yoshi. But again, let's just give her a good old... You're off. Thanks for another great paint night. Cinderella, I love having you in here. Thanks for coming as usual. Yours turned out amazing. Background, 10 out of 10. Love it. Oh, thanks for the fireworks. Cinderella always kills it. She always does a good job. Okay. There's some darker green. Oops. Moo moo! Yo, 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 random guy. I know it's value and shadow just add so much depth to a piece. Realistically, this should come in a little. Oop, that's too much water. There we go. And I'm still using that like watery, fluffy technique or whatever where you just buff out, like up here, like, oh, these lines are a little sharp. Well, I'm going to go in with a wet paintbrush and just buff those babies out. Right? And let's make his neck darker. He looks happy to now live in your studio. Are you happy, little Yosh? Come. I'll have to put him on one of the walls or something. Most of my paint nights I hide in my closet, but some of them make the wall. Like the trash panda from last week for sure made the wall. Again, I'm just following that right hand darker side. Cool. And a little more on the bottom, under his arm. Also, you guys, I forgot to mention earlier, I am going on vacation. As much of a vacation as COVID will let me. In the next week or so here. So my streaming's gonna be a little odd, but I'll have to change up the schedule. For the first time in 8 months, there might not be a paint night on Thursday. But there might be like a draw, like a quick draw one, depending on my internet connection. We're starting by going to... I know, Nikki, I'm so unacceptable. I know. I'm going to... My cousin lives in Kimberley. Is Kimberley Alberta or BC? One of the two. Kimberley, BC. It's BC. It's bad. Kimberley, bad. And, yeah. Kimberley, BC, and it's like a beautiful, like, little mountain town. She lives right on the ski hill. Not like we'll be skiing or anything, but BC, perfect. BC bud. And her boyfriend and her, like, they're just so outdoorsy, and we get along with them so well, and they want to take us on a canoeing trip to go camping. Like, we're gonna canoe somewhere to camp. Which is pretty cool. We're just two city folks, Dan and I. So it'll be nice to get out into the wilderness. And then we might drive off. We might continue to Vancouver if we can. The smoke might be too much, so we might just go to Kelowna. We might just go where the wind takes us, which is the best type of vacation, if you ask me. Oh, thanks for the cookie, Rain. And the canoe, like a little canoe in there. Thank you. You kind souls. Yeah, so I just thought I'd keep you guys updated. Next Wednesday, I'm getting a new tattoo, and then here I am going on like a camping trip, which probably is the worst decision in my life. But our Japan trip, heading to bed now too. Thank you. Thanks for the vacay. Thanks, Rain. I can't wait to see what Rosie makes. A tattoo on my body. It's on my... Wait, where's the camera? So you guys know that I have this paintbrush on my arm, but it's actually very crooked. And not only very crooked, there's a lot of things. I got it done a few years ago, and I didn't like speak up about a few things on it. Like, he did some things that I didn't really like, and I think I did kind of notice that it was crooked, but I wasn't like bold enough to say something about it. And so now whenever I look at it, all I can think of is like, oh, I was such a little pussy. I couldn't say what I wanted. So that's what I look at when I think of it. So I'm not covering it, but I'm just getting more stuff around it. So it's just going to be like watercolory type of texture, because I have like paint all over myself all the time anyway, and some like plant type of figures turn into a Harry Potter wand. Yeah. My little nephew always says it's a wand, but it'll basically still be the paintbrush, but she's just probably gonna put some like color and texture and stuff into it just to distract from the fact that I hate it. I played with the idea of like getting it fully removed and getting what I wanted, but then I was like, you live and you learn, right? So it's happening, on Wednesday. So if I do come back on Thursday, y'all will see it. But I'm excited to get a little something different on there. Because I love the idea of the brush. By no means, like, I love the paintbrush. I just wanted to have, like, I wished it was a little bit smaller. And I didn't know about, what's the word? Like single line tattoos or single needle tattoos. Like, I just thought everything was like thin, but there's like a difference. There's like artists that specialize in like the thin line, and I just thought everyone did it. Like, not everyone did it, but whatever, you know what I mean. I didn't know that it was like a specialty. So this is like, when I imagined it, it was like dainty in that thin line. So it's just not what I expected. You have 50 tattoos. We have someone with 50 tattoos and someone with 23 tattoos. I love it. I love tattoos. I think that they are just such like a fun way of... Kenzie has 276 tattoos. Kenzie has the best tattoos. Kenzie, send us some to show the class. She actually does have a lot of tattoos though. Maybe not 276, but she's got a few. I have like, I got my little like, my cutie little cactus. I have my hands. I have obviously my favorite one, my little up. Oh, I just punched my face. My little up tattoo, my paintbrush, I have like numerals down my spine, an airplane on my ribs, a little sun and a moon on my ankle, and what else? It's so funny, me, my mom, and my sister. I love this story because my sister and mom and I, my sister and I didn't really get along a lot of our lives. We always butt heads. Until recently, in the last like 5 years, we became very good friends. And 3 years ago, for my sister's like 33rd birthday, my mom, sister, and I flew to LA and went to the Dr. Phil show. Like, we were like in the stands or in the crowd. And we decided when we were in bed, like we were in LA, we were like, why don't we like get a matching tattoo? Like, we're in Venice Beach. Like, my mom was like 60 at the time, and she was like, why wouldn't I want to get like my first tattoo with my daughters on Venice Beach, an overpriced tattoo, right? But none of us could decide on something. Like, none of us could, like, we've never had a family pet. We weren't born in the same place. We didn't, like, we couldn't agree on anything of what to get. So literally what, I can't even show you guys. I can't bring my body in that sense, but on the back of our legs, each of us on the back of our, like, ankles, we have, in our family, there's 5 people. So we literally have, it's like 5 dots, but there is a circle in the spot that your age is in the line. So like, for like, my dad's the oldest, then my mom, then my brother, then my sister, then I, right? So it was like, my mom's is like dot, circle, dot, dot, dot. right? And then my sister's is like dot, 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 circle, dot. And mine is like dot, 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 circle, right? So it's like, it took them like 30 seconds to do it. It was just like, me, choo, dee, 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 choo. Yeah, like I love the tattoo. It's just hilarious because it's just like we couldn't agree on anything, so we just got some like dots and lines. But we loved it. But it was a very overly priced tattoo. I think it was like, in Canadian, I think it was like $120 each. And I thought like we could get, because in Canada, it's like an hour. You have like, it's paid by the hour, so you can get whatever you want in that hour. So it's like, okay, you do those dots, and then I wanted to get some other things, like a little additional things, and they wouldn't. It was like extra cost to have it on. So we're like, hey, we're paying for the experience. And for my mom to be able to say, like, I got my first tattoo with my daughters on Venice Beach, which is pretty cool. What am I missing on here? Kenzie, show us your naked body to share with the internet. Your body, they're not, you don't have to be naked to share them all. Have you and Dan you asked that too, is Dan getting something? So Dan does not have any tattoos right now. He's not against them by any means, but he hasn't found the thing yet that he's ready to put on his body forever. But like my little Saturn is for Dan, right? My cutie little Saturn on my thumb. And he likes that. Like he'd like something spacey related. I know, but like what? But then he'll be like, what? If I say that, he's like, well, what's near and dear to me? My face? Just like Steve-O? Just like instead of Steve-O on the back, it's just me like this? Yeah, that will be a good one. No, one day. Like I said, he's not against it at all. It's just like he's not going to get something that he's not like passionate about, which is fair. The permanency of a tattoo can be intimidating, right? But my personality is just like, I like that, I want that. Can I have that? Who knows what we'll think about later. But, yeah. But this is my first, like, big tattoo that's coming. Like, colorful. Like, this is the only color I have on me, are these, like, 3 little dots. So lots of color. It's a bigger piece. She's, like, freehanding a lot of it, which is, like, hard for me to let go of. But I also think it's good for me, too. None of mine have any meaning besides, I like that. Mine have, like, meaning, I guess. But, no, mostly it's just, I like that, too. Like this cactus, I liked it. This one was because I thought I still could work at Pixar one day, but this was, you know. Did I personally know her, or do I link online? My tattoo artist, online. She's I can shout her out right now. It's really funny though, because like I contacted her a long time ago when she was doing other stuff. So what she does now is a little bit different than what I usually, than what I'm gonna get is a little bit different than what she does now, but she's extremely talented. She likes bugs. Oh, should I show you guys on here? Rack. No file. Oh yeah, no, not a childhood friend. Okay, let's see if I bring you guys on Instagram here. Oh, that's wrong. Where's my Instagram? Get this out of there. Okay, so, yeah, like she does like crazy bugs, which is interesting. But like beautiful work. You guys had such a fun time. Meg, did you send in a picture? Do you want me to share with the class, you guys? Let me see. This one was a fun one for me too. You guys, like, look how beautiful these like textures and stuff are. She just did, let's see, lots of bugs. But again, like beautifully done. Like even like this one's a painting obviously, but like she does great work. Like, check this little poochie out. So cute. Okay, wait, look. Somebody was saying they sent theirs in. Let me move this over again. Did anyone do a different colored Yoshi? Not that I saw yet. Oh my gosh, a glittery little turtle dino. So cute. So cute. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love them. Oh, Justin, you must have missed. We went through most of them, but we can bring some back. Let's see if there's any in there. They're all so good, right? Yeah, Kenzie's was the most accurate here. Justin saw that one. And then obviously Rosie's. Oh, that's the special. Rosie's killing it as usual. She's asleep already, but she did a very good job. And let's see if... What is happening here? Join us in 2 weeks when Tay gets back from vacay. Yeah! Yeah, exactly. Like I said, maybe on Thursday I might be able to do... It really depends on the internet at my cousin's house. I might be able to do like a draw one. Like, because I won't have my paints, but we could do like a little sketchbook draw one. Just no promises at this moment. Okay, so that's good there for now. You know what's sad, you guys? Now that I have this split screen, how do I do my fun thumbnails? They're not as fun anymore. Learning so much from my paint nights, Alexandra. That's the best news. I love to hear that. Just proud teacher moments over here, you guys. Proud teacher moments. Dollar store, yes. Also, on my, like, now I have an Amazon storefront. I'm an Amazon associate / influencer. So if you go like amazon.ca / shop / Taytayski, or just in my link in my bio on Instagram, which is also Taytayski, as you can see down here. What was I saying about that? Where did my brain just... I just saw it just go dead. Amazon. Yes, I ordered these. It's like a pack of 6 off of Amazon. And I have the link on there. And if you guys buy it through me, I get like a tiny little percentage. But these are great. I have no problem with them. They come in a nice pack. It's like a day prime, 1 day. And they're not terrible quality at all. So that's an option as well if you want. It's in the paint night section of my Amazon store. Thanks, Kenzie, for reminding me with my brain fart there. I literally can see my thought just go flink. Do I have anything Nintendo related? Use it in the thumbnail. The Switch. She can hold it like she's playing the painting. Good call. Hunger Games. Yeah, that's what I should do. I should just get my Switch and just hold it. Okay, you guys keep the conversation going. BRB for 4 seconds. Oh. I'm locked in here. I need the Switch for my thumbnail.
They say love like this comes once in a lifetime.
Okay. Do I just hold it like this? One of those screenshots of me just going like this. Oh wait, wrong way. I looked the opposite way. Nice. Good. That's all I need. Kenzie got the Amazon order. I can bring it by anytime. Beautiful. We will. Thank you. I know I cheated the system a little bit. I like bought something from my Amazon thing through Kenzie's. Are they soft? Kenzie? I'm not gonna... Okay, now I can... Okay, so on my... on my Amazon store, I have a section of things, random things I talk about on Instagram. Because in my stories, I always reference random things, right? Like that I like or use. Like I don't leave my house ever, so Amazon is like my prime source of life. One day I bought some Sour Patch Kids off of Amazon. You had to buy 2 bags of them, but they were pretty cheap. They were the softest, most delicious, best Sour Patch Kids I've ever had in my entire life, you guys. Best. And then I bought them twice, and both times they were soft. All 4 bags were like the softest. So then I told Kenzie, I was like, you should get one. And I hope that they're still as soft as I promote them as. And Kenzie's confirming right now, they're so fresh, it's weird. So there you go, another thing. Head on to my Amazon link and just like catch it up. You can get some of those little guys, you know. Oh, I love that. I love that they're still good. I love a good recommendation. Hungrains, I'm going to join you guys and make up for that sick cat I painted on that date. I know, I've been waiting for the day that you join us in a paint day. Maybe if when I do the draw day, maybe you can start there. You just got a pencil and that's all you really need. You don't need like a canvas and paint. Maybe that'll be a little less intimidating. I don't know. No problem, Svengali. I gotta get out of here anyway. I'm so bad at saying goodbye, you guys. I just go on forever. Kenzie's also right. A fun Halloween paint night with us both. Exactly. Thanks for the content, you guys. I'm glad you hang out. Yeah, Justin and I on the phone will say goodbye for like 7 hours. We're like, okay, bye, but like, remember. Spooky Halloween paint night. Oh yeah, for sure. We'll have some spooky Halloween paint nights, 100%. Kenzie and I are going to carve some pumpkins. We've got it. It's happening. All right, you guys. Great to see you all. Thanks for coming. We are going to dress up. I ain't coming to no paint night not dressed in Halloween. Okay. But yeah. That's it. That's all, folks. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being in the peanut gallery. Thanks for painting along and sending in your photos. Salute. The 3 of us are going to have a great show one day. I can feel it already. Okay, you guys. Catch you on the flip side. Not sure when yet. Can't say that. But, oh yeah, and maybe, yeah, we'll all see you on Saturday. We'll all meet at Pig Stand on Saturday. Also, vote for Rosie. I'll post it in my Instagram. No worries about that. 8 p.m. what, though, Hunger Games? PST? Wait, is PST? Is that a thing? Central. I think it's Central. I'm not sure. Provincial sales tax. Right, that's what that is. Not PST. Okay, we'll see y'all Saturday on someone else's stream, not here, at Pig Stand. Okay, you guys. Ta-ta! You too.